Hi friend, welcome back to Yoga Born YouTube and Move Through May. So if you haven't already joined us so far for Move Through May, you might want to press pause here, just skip back to the first video. It's a very short and sweet introduction. If you have been following along, thank you so much. We hope that you're enjoying it. And in its essence, Move Through May is just about a little bit of movement each day. So sometimes we have time for a full yoga practice. Other days, it might be that we just want to get on our mat and just practice one single asana. And each day through May, we are showing you a single asana, single shape, demos, hints and tips, options and variations, so it can work for you and your body, because that is what it's all about. So today we have Vrksasana, or tree pose, and that is one of our balancing positions. But before we begin, we are just going to take a seat, find a comfortable place to just sit, close the eyes and arrive. So I'm in seated cross-leg position, Sukhasana. We have a video about Sukhasana too, and some variations of that. You could be in any comfortable position that works for you. Somewhere where the spine is tall, the shoulders and belly are soft. And let's just tune into the breath. Feel the ebb and flow of the breath. And blinking the eyes open. So we're going to make our way up to stand. If we were practicing this in a full practice, or even now, you could come onto tabletop, move through downward facing dog, or step the feet forwards. I have got 2 blocks here. So if you have blocks at home, great. If not, books, cushions, blankets, anything just with a little bit of lift. I'm going to just step one foot, the other foot forwards, and bring myself up to stand. Once we're there, let's roll the shoulders back a couple of times. And then find Tadasana, our grounded position. So often you might find on the mat and off the mat, we are trying to move from place to place, space to space, without just pausing, collecting ourselves, grounding in between. That's the important bit. Move from a place of feeling grounded and steady. So shoulders roll back, palms might come forwards. Chin is parallel to the earth. And tap into the strength of your lower body. So tree pose, or Vrksasana, is a standing balance. It's also a hip opener. And by the nature of balancing with your body, it's also activating through your core. If you've got the eyes closed, just blink them open and gaze ahead. So see if you can find what we call a drishti point, where you can focus your gaze. That will help with balance. Step the feet a little bit closer together. You might just step from side to side. Of course, this is a little less challenging if you're on a completely flat surface. Tree pose is a lovely one to practice outside. If it's on a bit more uneven ground, that adds an extra element of challenge. Let's start with the hands coming into the hips or waist, shoulders soft, jaw is unclenched. And turn your right knee out to the side. Bring the right heel to the left inner ankle. And if your body naturally then kicks the left hip out, let's draw that in and up. And we might have the toes or the ball of the right foot on the earth. And there we are. There is Vrksasana, our tree pose. So just pause, feel steady here. And we're trying to turn this knee as far back as we can without turning the whole of the body. So the hips are forwards, we're opening up into this inner line of the right leg. And if you feel steady, you might lift or slide that right foot up. And again, we're not turning the knee forwards, we're drawing it out to that right hand side. You could bring the hands into prayer as a different option. Maintain soft shoulders. You could take the hands up towards the sky, or take the arms out wide, palms up to the sky. And just pause where you are. Keep that grounded foot strong and steady. The right inner leg open. And breathe here. As you exhale, let's bring the hands back to hips or waist. Take a final inhale in the tree pose. And exhale to step out. And you may just want to have a step from side to side, or a swing of the arms and the hips, a little shake out, so whatever feels good. And then let's take it back to Tadasana before the other side. So steady feet, strong legs, soft upper body. We feel the shoulders drop as we exhale. And when we're ready, try and think of it like building blocks. So we turn the left knee out, hands to hips or waist. We find our drishti point, our gaze point. We might stay here. This is a perfect representation of tree pose or Vrksasana. Or you might start to make a few little adjustments. So see, I'm kind of stepping in and out. Draw that knee back. Feel the hip open. Take the hands to wherever you feel is best for you. It could be a different story on this side. We generally have one side that feels a little bit more challenging. Soft shoulders. If you feel like adding a little bit of extra challenge into it, you might blink slowly, or even close the eyes for a breath, and just see how that kind of changes the perspective and the balance. And then we step ourselves out. Do anything that might feel nice to just release the body, and then return back to Tadasana. So another option we could use is our blocks, or just anything with a little bit of height. So we could try with 2 blocks here, and we could step our foot onto the block and turn the toes out, which will connect to the knee and the hip and just create that opening, and then gently turning our hips forwards. So this is a really great alternative. And it could be higher or lower with the blocks, or whatever you have available, dependent on the length of your legs, really. Everybody is different, of course. And there is another version we could try, which I call fallen tree. I don't know if that's its technical name, supine tree. And that is down on the earth. So let's bring ourselves down to the ground. Again, you might want to come through downward facing dog. I'm just going to fold myself down with bent knees, step into tabletop, and then spin my feet around. So before we take the supine, the laid down version, let's just come back to our breath. When you are ready, lower yourself down onto the ground nice and gently. At this point, you could have a blanket or a slim pillow for your head. And let's extend the legs, bring the heels to the earth, point the toes to the sky. chin to chest. Let the arms come by the side of the body. So this is a good way of kind of finding our neutral spine. You will feel a little lift in the lumbar spine, the lower spine. It will again be different for everyone. Let's keep the left leg extended. Step the right foot in and onto the earth. So as close to the right glute as feels good for you. And then let that right knee rock out to the side. You can always support it with a block, a blanket, or a pillow. Creep the sole of the foot into the left inner leg line. And then reflex that left foot. So this is our supine tree. You could bring the hands to the heart, press the palms in Namaskar. You could take the arms out wide if you've got space. Backs of the hands to the earth. Just keep the neck nice and neutral. You might be gazing up, finding a drishti point there. If you're practicing outside, if the sun is out, you might need to close the eyes, but sometimes it's just nice to lie and gaze at the clouds for a little bit, just literally watching the world go by. And then let's bring the arms in. Draw that knee back to the midline of the body. Step the foot down. Take a breath in. And then slide the leg out. Flexing the right foot. And just take your time to take it over to that left side. So letting it open. And as the side drops open, try not to let the opposite side of the body lift and roll over with it. So we're kind of isolating that movement just into one side. So find what works for the knee. Support if you need to. Find what works with the arms and the hands. And then again, we just pause for a couple of breaths here. So we've introduced a lovely Hatha yoga class to our schedule, which is really nice if you want to take your time through shapes. And taking our time and slowing it down doesn't mean, oh, it's easier. Actually, sometimes when we slow things down and we're holding for longer, that's where the challenge lies. Really good for strengthening, for focus. Let's turn that knee back in, step the foot down as we exhale, extend the leg. And then we might just let the toes soften, let the arms soften, chin to chest. Take a couple of breaths there. Really well done. And if you want to enjoy a little Shavasana here, then go for it. What a great idea. If you prefer, just roll yourself gently over to the right side, push through the upper hand, lift yourself up and find a comfortable seat. And we'll just close the practice again with a couple of deep breaths. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that Vrksasana. And we will be back every single day in May, myself and Veronica and Hannah, two of the Yoga Born teachers, to offer you more movement, more asana through this month. If you hit the subscribe button, excuse me, that really helps us to grow the channel. Take good care of yourself. Bye.